Before the world began, God had a great plan. Before the world began, Jesus was the plan for man. Before the world began, God had a great plan. And then we learn about how God is so good. God is so good. God is so good. God is so good. He's so good to me. And then we learn about the forefathers. Almost the forefathers. Do you remember? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. 3 great men of old. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Blessings to them were foretold. And there were 3 promises that he would take their tiny family into a really big family. And that he would give them a great land. And then they would have a very special blessing in their family. And then we learn about Moses. Mighty Moses and the Israelites. Thousands of sandals in the sand. Mighty Moses, what an amazing sight. Leading them on to the promised land. But Moses didn't obey God. He made a bad choice. And so who got to lead them into the promised land? Do you remember? What was his name? Joshua! Let's begin with J for Joshua, who led Israel over Jordan and who marched around the walls of Jericho 7 days. And then we learned about how they had how many judges? 15 judges. Israel had 15 judges. Israel had 15 judges. Deborah was the only girl. Deborah was the only girl. Israel had 15 judges. But then they made a bad choice. What did they want instead of judges?
King.
They wanted kings. You're right. But God was their king. But they wanted an earthly king.
I want a king.
We want a king, so give us a king. We want to be like other nations. Israel had 3 great kings. Israel had 3 great kings. Saul, David, Solomon. Saul, David, Solomon. Israel had 3 great kings. But those kings were bad. They made bad choices. That's right. And then God's people had to be sent away from the promised land.
Oh no!
They had to go away because they didn't trust and love God.
Oh no!
But then we had some homesick heroes when they were far away.
Oh no!
We had some heroes. Homesick heroes far from home tried to serve the Lord. Daniel, Ezekiel, Esther. Daniel, Ezekiel, Esther. Daniel, Ezekiel, Esther served God all alone. And then God said, all right, you can come back to the promised land. And we learn about Zerubbabel led the way. Ezra read the law. Nehemiah built the wall. God's family's home again. Yay! And then we have to wait a while. And then that last special promise comes. What was his name? The special promise? Was it
Joshua?
No.
Jesus.
Jesus comes, and Jesus is so special. This is how we know This is how we know what love is. Jesus Christ laid down his life for us, for us, for us. And now we can build upon God's great plan. Do you want to be a part of God's great plan? Okay. I want to be a part of God's great plan. I want to be a part of God's great plan. I'll trust him and obey, serve him and pray. I want to be a part of God's great plan. Great job!